This is a SE Finecast white metal Loco kit of an H class 044T. I bought this from eBay about a year ago, or a few years ago, and since then it's been running on the layout and also having a few bits done to it. When I bought the Loco kit, it was already complete, painted and working. The livery was a sort of simplified version of the SE&CR livery, as everyone knows. It's a very complex livery. I then set about changing a few bits, mainly the power pickup arrangement. Obviously on most kits of this type the power is picked up by the two front wheels, or the two main driving wheels, but that wasn't working too great, so I tested it on my layout and it was quite obvious it needed more pickups. So as you can see on the rear bogie there, I've actually added pickups onto the rear bogie, as well as a new set of wheels, as the original wheels were quite dull, dirty and not very great quality. I think they're Romford wheels now, the one I put on here, as what is running on the front as well, but that has improved it quite a lot. I was going to do a video of this Loco quite a few weeks beforehand, but I decided to tart it up a little bit and put it into its full SE&CR livery, which took a little bit longer than expected, but we got there in the end. So it's up to the standard of the P class I produced, number 27, about a month or two back. I've been using that technique ever since, producing my own transfers from pictures and editing them on Photo Studio or Photoshop, which is the main transfers you can see on the tank, the bunker, and also around the cab, and also on the front of the tank as well, you can see there. The lining around the boiler, that's all HMRS press fix lining. I also made a transfer around the splasher there, which was a bit of a pain in the arse to do, but managed to make it work. As mentioned, the side tanks, the transfer is a whole tank transfer, so the whole tank is a transfer. The SE&CR lettering is actually Fox water slide, as well as the logo underneath. The red line around the outside is again press fix lining. These transfers are actually all blended into the surrounding paintwork by using some diluted Phoenix SE&CR green, so it blends into its surrounding paintwork due to the different colours you sort of get on or out of the printer when you print the transfer. It will never match whatever you try and do, as one of the members on my group is finding out, trying to do a transfer of Fenchurch along its side tanker. I've already done that on one of mine and it's a right pain, you'll never get them to match. So it's always wise to try and have a pot of paint the same colour next to it. But generally the actual Loco's come out quite nicely. As you can see, it's running around about 25 miles an hour. It's got quite a nice little motor in it. I believe it's one of the little Japanese types of Mashima motor, which is running very nicely in there at 25 miles an hour. As I mentioned, this kit's one of the newer kits, so it's quite nicely detailed in the cab, which you can't really see. Added some Loco crew and some real coal in the back there. I've added some root discs on the front, as this kit actually had lamp irons or root disc holders attached to it. Also blackened down the handrail wire, as that was quite predominantly silver, as the wire was unpainted, as well as the hand knobs, or handrail knobs, sorry. I also replaced the whistle as well to a brass top, which I turned down on the drill. Overall, very nice Loco. Probably cost about £140 now with all the extra bits I put on it and paintwork, etc. The number is actually an etched brass number on the coal space there on the side of it. They came from Roxy Mouldings. The actual transfer paper coming from Crafty Computer Paper. It's the white backed version. Transfers, press fix transfers came from Main Trains. I also added a brake hanger and brake block to the second pair of driving wheels, as the original ones fell off somewhere. They're from Main Trains. They are an etch brass ones, but generally it's come out quite nicely and quite well. Runs very nicely, and hopefully it will make its debut in its full livery next week when I take it to the club for a run.